custom tape right now.
You're not cool enough.
All right, so we've got this really critical issue. I had an idea for something dumb, and Winston didn't immediately invalidate the idea. So it's going to involve making vercel endpoints as a result. Also, this is part of the cavalcade. All right, so we got our open API. You know how this works, right, Winston?
Yeah.
All right, we got open API. Andrew doesn't know how this works.
I have no idea.
Okay, good. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, isn't it called open API? What the hell? I thought it was. Why is my autocomplete not? Come on. I don't type this in. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. So we have public infrastructure. Ignore that it redirects to this, which is just not working at all right now. So what the public infrastructure does is, imagine it's incredibly cheap. What does it claim it's on HAX.com? It's forgotten all of my autocompletes, so now I'm very upset. This will be difficult to demo if it's forgotten all of the autocompletes from my paths. All right. So, for example, we have our infrastructure.
Yay.
But when I hit import a site, and let's say, sure, it's from this. Okay, so I'm going to import a site from a Word doc file. And that went really fast. The reason it went really fast is this. It's hitting our open infrastructure on vercel. So I don't need any on-prem resources to get hit for your stupid file to get converted to build a website. So I don't care if vercel spins up for a millisecond to process that file and turn it into a website. So this is known as like functions as a service or function on demand, whatever you want to call it. So
wow, that's fast.
It sent back the entire site converted. Yeah, I mean, it was like 1 second. But it's in part because it's seen this file and it caches the result. And it just holds on to the cache. Now, you can't post files and cache it. I don't know how the hell it was just that fast, I'll be honest. That was an unbelievable page load. So we have this open infrastructure, which gets deployed from you making JS files in these folders. And so they do all sorts of different things. Like we can give you the site as an EPUB file. I don't even think I have a button for that. There's like all kind of functionality that like sometimes you just go on a bender of a sprint for a month in the summer and you black out, and then at the end you have all these endpoints. All right, so we want to add an endpoint. We got like converting files and stuff, caching addresses, but every single one, oh, there's the chat agent. The chat agent works that way too, which apparently now calls Olama. Anyway, every single one of these stupid things, if I find, where's the basic one? There's a fun one that's basic. Is DuckDuckGo. There we go. I don't even think DuckDuckGo works at this point, but the way the DuckDuckGo one works is vercel lets you assume that as long as you are exporting a default function that has a request and a response in the same method as Express operates, then it will respond in turn. So as long as that file is at .js, then this will make an API route available at API/services/website/DuckDuckGo. And then posting data to that will give me back all of the data I need. However, this one thing will only run in a Lambda on demand. Capiche?
Capiche.
Yes. All right, good. So I then wrote a bunch of wrappers so that these are easier and easier to make each time by copy and paste. So this is I guess it's a HAX CMS operation.
Yeah, I guess recipe to site.
Yeah, recipe to site. It's probably, I guess it would be under converting of some form. At that point, I guess I was thinking like, where's the so there's like docx to site. It might make more sense for me to just like delete a bunch of crap out of this. But, all right, so we'll copy that. And then you said what? Recipe
Recipe to site.
recipe to site. Yeah, I'll buy it. All right, so what we're trying to do is when you run, we ran HAX start in class. That's boring. All the cool kids run HAX site, and then they build a website. And it's very difficult to build a web. I'm already done. So once you hit enter 4 times, then you has your website. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the website, but then I can go into my site, and I can run HAX site again, and it says your site has 1 paragraph tag in it, and it has a page, and it's using this theme. Like it gives you stuff you can do with the site. Right, so like I can delete the page that's there.
Magic.
All right, so then you don't have to go into the browser. Okay, and I can add a new page called new page. Okay, or I can do HAX site. What the hell is it? Node add dash title new page. All right, and then it made the new page. So I can script these commands, and then I can do yes, so it has less output, and then I can do V, so it has, no, not V on that one, it's quiet. Quiet's the flag, right? Quiet. And just the minimum amount of it, hey, it did it. That's it. Like it ran the command the end, all right? So there's all these different commands to, you change the theme, do whatever the hell you want. Anything you do in the UI, you can do in the CLI. But every time you're doing any of these things, it's managing this file. This is fun because like I must have written into this twice or something. I don't know why I have so many files, but oh yes, I did a past demo in this site. That's what it is. So every time I ran a command on the command line, it captures that and stores it in as a recipe. So the recipe is just effectively tracking all of the commands used to generate the site.
We're baking a cake.
Because then we can play the recipe after the fact and get the exact same output, because heaven forbid you ever run the same command twice in your entire existence. We're trying to be efficient. The elimination of the human race does not come by you typing a command twice, Andrew. That doesn't even make sense. So, if we can capture those commands, we don't run them again, so we do something more useful for humanity than running that damn command. So, what Dave demoed recently, which has not been made public outside of this video right now, is web container.
Classified magic.
This is classified magic, other than I'm just waiting for the recording to come out. So, okay, so this is running a web container, which just runs in the browser. The web container is what runs on Playground. Playground is over here. Playground sets up a container, which then installs all of the node assets into your browser on the front end without you installing anything. So I can run terminal commands, but it's to a fake server right now. All right, so that doesn't exist. What Dave's does is it starts up, there we go, takes a little second. It starts up HAX CMS, so it just makes a site, and then you can ask Merlin to do stuff like that. And so what Merlin's going to do, unless I need to pull the latest from what Dave wrote, yeah, because he changed the API. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I rebase it.
You need to get fetch.
What?
You need to do a fetch.
I need to rebase my. Come on, you. I need to sync. This branch is not behind the upstream. Let's see if I switch it to the PSU one, if it'll do it. Max retries exceeded.
Oh. Invalid API key.
Yeah, well, I have like a free tier API key. So unfortunately, it won't let me show that. Dave's has the beefy paid for API key. But what it's supposed to do is it hits Claude, and then it has taught Claude how to use the CLI so that it uses the CLI to write a recipe so you can run the recipe in the web container. Meaning the AI writes the recipe. So then you ask the AI to do something, it writes the recipe for you. What we then need to do is for our import interface to work, is to be able to hit import from, I want recipe, so we can feed it a recipe file. But this doesn't accept that format because it has to actually run the commands. It doesn't know what's going to happen. So we need it to build a fake endpoint that builds a fake website that runs the recipe against that website, then analyzes it and returns the response as a single file. And then that endpoint dies, so then who cares? Right? So it's under what? That's not create. No. No, we need to stop the container running because I don't need that to run anymore. All right, so in order to work on the OpenAPI infrastructure, one has to first pull it. That's right. Make sure I get the latest. And then npm start. Nope. Vercel dev. My bad. Can't npm start something that is not for npm. All right. So you can run vercel locally. And of course it redirects there because it hates everything. Oh, good. I do have some of these things cached. Maybe. That's not what these are. I don't think there's an API called comments. No. I just need it to not redirect. There we go. I have a redirect because of we don't really want people to see these endpoints because they're not supposed to know where they are. Most things doesn't matter. So we want recipe to site. So I need a copy relative path. All right. So that's to this file, which will cause an internal server error, which is totally fine, which then will tell me where the error is. Yay. All right. Right. So now I've got a working development workflow, but this is for the back-end system.
Yeah.
Get it?
That's the backend part.
This is the back-end. I'm making these routes because there's an API call. It's complaining about code that's broken, but it's code that's broken on the back-end. The back-end is this file. So whenever you drop a file into anything under API /, it turns it into an endpoint.
Yeah.
Now, this one has got all this nonsense busboy. We don't need to accept a. Well, wait. I guess you're gonna point to a recipe. Shoot. Might need to accept a file, but I'm not gonna have to accept whatever this open XML format's garbage is. So at least reduce some of this. All right. No. I might want to switch to whatever the other one is for this endpoint. This is like doing so much non-important stuff. Let me go to the DuckDuckGo one. I always copy DuckDuckGo because it intentionally doesn't do much. There we go. And I tee my stuff up the same way every time. So then I need to make sure that this points to the relative path correctly for where my utilities are. I don't need me there. All right. Yeah, so that'll find utilities, which is the path for that guy. So I have a standard way of sending the body back, handling the response, or invalidating the request. So then whatever comes up in the query, and it wouldn't be Q in this case, it would probably be recipe file. Because I assume we would put up like file equals and point to an actual location of a file, most likely. I mean, you could do it a different way, but.
I mean, you can have it Control-C, Control-V, but I'm guessing if there's a long recipe, then you don't have to do that.
Well, so what I wanted to do is this, and then it kicks out. Because we're doing with API design, is the idea would be file Q equals stuff, and I've just sent it data, and that just queried DuckDuckGo to send back things about stuff.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got Wikipedia.
That's usually what DuckDuckGo returns. It's just like DuckDuckGo is a portal to Wikipedia, basically. So what that did, check that we have a queue or a query, right? If we have a query, then, and I'll just stick the queue, I don't care. Then it goes and it queries DuckDuckGo by fetching data, returns it as JSON, and then just gives you back whatever the response is. So this is pretty much all it has to do. I don't know why I have methods being options and post. That doesn't even make sense. You can do get as well. Whatever. All right, so we're going to want to fetch whatever the queue location is. We're going to treat it as JSON, and instead this is going to be a recipe. I don't really know that I can, I guess, I'm sure I could write something to validate that it's a recipe, but I don't really care because it's a function. Like, this is the other fun thing from like a security standpoint. If I spin up a Lambda, I don't care if you inject all kinds of crap into it. It's going to go away. So, like, you're not hurting anything. It's not ideal, but you're not going to hurt anything while it's there. So the other fun thing is if you do console logs while working with a vercel endpoint, the log happens into the terminal, which is weird, but it'll show up here. So now when I run this, and it'll fail because it's not a valid URL, it'll at least output that stuff, that, hey, that wasn't a valid URL. All right, so now I need a recipe, which I feel like Dave gave me one. github.com/, I know he did remote. We did remote recipe loading. Recipes right there. Financial aid. Yep, this is one we did in the demo.
Okay.
So this is something that AI generated. What the heck is this? I don't know what's going on with the bottom of that response, but can I? Okay, that's better.
Yay.
That was all right. So the idea would be we'd point to a recipe and we get function invocation failure or something. This is not valid JSON. Oh yeah, because it's not valid JSON, idiot. Nope, not create. There we go. All right, so it's not JSON, it's text. Save. Reload. Nothing will happen. However, the backend says search results not defined. And so this is the fun of doing things in this way. Console log, right? And then I go and I refresh. Hey, response, right? So now it just returned to me the recipe. I don't want it to return to me the recipe. So what did we land on? Let's see. Can I do the XCCs in here?
Yeah,
This would claim I've done some. I don't. Let me see if it'll even allow that before I.
yeah, that's what I was trying to look up earlier.
Whatever. I'll just try it anyway. But so what I'm getting after here is so the create CLI that you guys install is this. I should be able to tell the API repo that it needs to install as a dependency the create repo, and then under APIs, because this, I don't know, you have to put it in both places. I found it just makes it happier. Come on, you. All right, so then I've got the dependency for HAX the web create. That should make it available. Why do I feel like there's something else I need to do? Other than that my voice went up a little high there. Because of that. I might have to do that part, but I don't know, we'll see in a second. So, okay, we got a recipe to site. Do you remember what an exec even looks like? Hey, there's one. It's a util under Promisify. Node utils. I'm real good at copying and pasting stuff from myself. Thank you, pass me. Alright, so I don't need commander, hopefully. Child process. Is that something that's... I don't think that's a package. That's just, no, that's just core. Okay. Core to the language. So child process. Promisify exec, then I should be able to run whatever I want. Quiet. Let's see if that'll just make me a site on my own computer. If I could spell. Don't launch, just exist. Yes. So then if I do my site with fours, then I should be able to go to my site. No, you're supposed to go to it with fours. That's not, you're not invoking a lot of confidence for me. That one worked, but the other one did not. What is the name of the command? Didn't you guys run? Oh, wait. I didn't do it with the fours. 444.
My site / underscore site. I think it's under.
No, it's not making my site.
Looks like it wasn't directly under desktop. Like there was an underscore sites folder.
Did it claim it put it? Wait, it put it under underscore sites.
That's what it's saying.
I see. Okay. All right, so it did actually make it. It's supposed to. Whatever. It's supposed to detect that sort of a thing. Quiet. All right. So that would make my site theoretically, if there's an error, we don't want this system get thing. That's not useful. Okay, so now that's agony. So we need to stop that. We're going to do install. I especially don't know environmentally if, like, this might work here, but then not work when deployed. I don't know. Like the vercel dev running a local container is like, it still has access to some local resources I have found. Let's see. There's my site. All right. So, if it exists, can you play? I haven't tried to play a so there's site, HAX site, and then there's like playing a recipe file. Yeah, recipe play. So HAX site recipe play recipe. I haven't tried just giving it. Yeah, I need to make mine bump to other ports if it doesn't find them. And that didn't actually. I mean, that is a. This is a valid recipe. I wonder if. Let's do this for now. Touch in a recipe. We'll just put it on the box for the moment, so I get that consideration out of the way as far as where the error is. Because it's supposed to ask me a question if it loaded a recipe. Might not be a valid format. Oh, there it is, a valid format. All right, I didn't like that it was URL. So I have to support, yeah, I guess I have to support that. So yes, add the page, 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 add the page. All right, so then if I did npm start, we get our types of granting aid, right? From the recipe, and then if I want to be real cool, I do the ever popular --y, and now when I npm start, I will have double the pages because that's the way the little thing works. Right? So then let's copy my site fin aid recipe to this directory, and let's get rid of my site. Nope, not npm start vercel dev. Okay, get that directory open. I mean, we'll have to make it work off of that other thing, obviously, but I think there's another command. This is like, you know, Dave asks what the commands are all the time. Like, I'm supposed to remember this. And
is there a readme with all of them?
You can hit, you can type help, and it'll.
Give a list of everything.
Yeah, you can do HAX help if I type the word help correctly.
Oh, there they are.
And it has, here's like, I mean, but like you can do, I think you can do HAX site help, I think. There we go. So there's site stats, there's items. That's what all right, so there's items import. You can tell the site to just give you back the items in the format that I want to be the returned response anyway. I was going to say, as if I would actually remember what my own commands are, because this project's too big to remember anything. So,
and that's what help is for.
Yeah, it's for future you. It's not for other people. All right, I don't need this file, but I do need this one. All right, so we can execute making the site, and that works. Again, I don't know if that's going to actually work when we get out into the real world, but then I should be able to do. I mean, I guess I could write this to a file, and then I could run HAX site request recipe play, right? Yeah. --y. And then it was -- recipe, and then temp.recipe or whatever. I like TMP. You don't want to have too many characters right there. That would be horrific. All right. So, error in recipe. How does one write stuff to the file system? FS. Come on. VS Code. You just interrupted a really good. Thank you. That's largely what it is. Or it might actually be what it is. FS, write file sync, I believe is how you do it in VS Code, or not VS Code. There we go. So where the file is, and then you just throw the stuff at the file. FS is built in.
Node FS, yeah.
So I'll probably end up wanting path anyway. So if you think front-end JavaScript's fun, back-end JavaScript with Node, you just like make stuff up. Like, FS, yeah, the file system, sure. We just made up whatever calls we wanted here. Okay, import. All right, so we got the recipe. That'll load the text of the file. Then we'll throw that into the temp master file, then we'll try to play the temp file. But what was that magic command, Winston? It was root, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to execute root with the name of this site, my site, which this is enough for me to go. That's enough. That's enough out of you, non-variabilized world. Right? Because you can always template literal something. There. I hate it so much less. Site recipe, temp recipe. Ooh, we're not doing that crap. Oh, we could variabilize something.
Yay, variables.
I mean, if you can make a constant variable, why wouldn't you? No, what we need to do is that. So root says execute this command as if it happened in this folder. You don't have to put relative, do you? When you used it, do you remember? Like dot slash. I don't know if I need to do like dot slash from it.
I don't remember. And I think we need to close off the backtick.
No, I think I'll close it off when I feel like it. I'll get it nicely color coded in due time. Thank you. Then ultimately after that would be done. I don't know that this is. I might be able to await that. I'm not positive. Then we would await.
Yeah, I think when I was testing root, I just did like tilde for home and then like did the path.
Tilde?
Tilde the character.
Yes, but you called it tilde. I like tilde so much better.
We're using tilde now. That's the definition.
That's gonna, yeah. I've never said tilde before, but now that's all I'm gonna think about.
Is the proper way tilde?
I think.
Okay. I always said
Beats me. I like tilde.
I can't even say the name of the Waze grocery store. Waze.
Wise market.
Wise.
Market.
It's not Waze. What?
I don't know what it is.
You know, my family always says Weiss, but like the machines are all like Wise market.
Oh, okay. So I should have gone there, and then I could have found out.
Recipe name. No, it's not my recipe. It's. I'm gonna get you. They get you every time. Unknown word. I hate that. I need to get rid of that plugin. It tells me that words are misspelled, even when they're variable names. Read this file. I don't want it to read that file. Items import. Let me see what that command does. No, is it export? Come on now. Full site. No, I could have sworn there was a way. Site items. Oh, it's just site. I see. It's just site items like this. I don't know why it's printing out that way. Is it verbose, maybe? Really? That's dumb. But I'm pretty sure that's what the command needs to output. It's not helping in any way. I need to like divert where it's doing that to a file. But that would be the idea, is that I get site items from there, and that somehow those would then get output to a file or something. I thought there was a way that it would just output to a file. All right. We won't read in file yet. We'll see if this just even gets that far. All right. Read the recipe, write the recipe, play the recipe, then play site items, which should at least spit something into the console. And we still just output the. Let's output whatever this dumb file name is. Yeah. No, do the recipe just for funsies, I guess. Or no, where's the read? fs.read file sync. Oh, that's how you know it's stalking me. It knew. It knew exactly. I haven't referenced site.json at all in this little thing here. Const site. Damn. That would be a good indicator of whether or not we've got the right thing.
Yay.
Alright. Is that running? Yeah, it's running. Let's see what happens. It's thinking. Having a good think. Thinking.
Do we gotta put the SpongeBob thing up? 20 seconds later.
20 years later. I do have that meme. I use that meme sometimes.
It's a good meme.
Let's see. That should be fine. The items, I don't know that that's super important, but is something, what console? Oh, console log that. I see. I mean, that part should run.
Guess we can check the my site.
Yeah, let's, here's my site. No, there's only one page under pages. Okay. So, it would eventually time out, but, alright, so it didn't make an additional page, unfortunately. Oh my god. Okay. When you like to type RMRF as much as I do, make sure you don't have a sticky keyboard as well.
RMRF slash. I guess I don't know where // is going to be.
Could you try getting rid of it and seeing what happens?
I can try getting rid of it on that, but I need to know what this string is really, because I need to be able to run the string locally to see if that's the problem. I don't think it's awaiting this is the problem. I mean, it should await it regardless, but, oops. Okay. Oh, good, an error. No such file or directory. Yeah, I wonder if it's that. If it's the // aspect of it. So like node current process directory process.cwd. Yeah, I don't think I can just do the like // and call it a day.
You could see if it still gets the relative directory without the //
Yeah. This function is still running after 10 seconds. Thanks for letting me know. Which, there's a good example of like how short-lived these are supposed to be. Which, there's the other reason. No, that would be... that, I guess. Forget. It's been a hot minute since I did one of these guys. I don't know that site items is going to be super important unless I output it to a file or something. I'm pretty sure I have something that that redirects to file output. Let's see if it. I guess it would tell me real quick if it correctly found that file. All right. Well. Okay. So let's try function function invocation again. Okay, here's the call it was attempting. I mean, that looks right.
Yeah.
So I can't spell. Alright, so I'll let that sit there and see if it ever finishes. But it might have just been because it might have just written to the same site twice. I don't know that actually ran it. Okay, seriously, like why? Oh my God. I am so dumb sometimes. Let me run that from here. Let's get rid of the Y. And let's try to do not that slash. Shifting the root around, but writing the file to not where the site is. Durr. So I probably should write this file into this location instead, which is easier. Are you serious right now? Keys, recipe name, bam. Yeah, so right into the process with the site name and the recipe name. Then I can call the recipe name because it'll be in that folder, theoretically. All right, let's see if that does anything. No, we need to stop. Let's do this. Okay. Did you 500 error or you didn't do nothing? I don't know that I actually hit that. I think I clicked the wrong button. It's having a good think. All right, it just
Has the first line?
it wrote that line at least. There's pages. All right. I don't know if it's going to actually get like something that implies it finished to send me this information back. Of course, that's actually not going to do anything. That line. Recipe, and then we should be able to get the site JSON file and then return it to the front end. Stop. Yeah, 'cause I don't know that that second command will ever actually finish. Why did you fail? What do you mean you failed?
Please use object autosign.
Oh.
What's the problem?
It ran too fast.
Oh.
The folder wasn't there. Also, I can't async outside of this running. So it's like a sort of cheating to try and say, hey, run. So technically I have to await that running before it would ever be allowed to move forward. I mean, that'll be there. It's just not there in that instant.
Yeah.
which is probably what happened the first time when I thought it didn't do anything. It did. It just failed instantly.
And then when we did the second time, then the folder was
This
there.
folder was there. Yep. We play the waiting game.
It's interesting how it asks you to use object.assign instead.
Deprecation warning.
Oh man, you're almost at 11. You're 11%.
Yep.
Did I not just say why? Yeah, I said why. Wow. You're really running that slowly? I mean, there's my site. It's like it's not getting, it's like the promise isn't being fulfilled that it ran the command. I wonder if there's something we're not doing in the way the command is being run. How to promisify. Hey, what do you know?
Util.promisify.
Promise from child promise. I don't think I did it that way. Yeah, built-in util promisify. That's what I. Getting the XCC that way. Execute this command, which is a promise, and then you're saying promise.child. Returned by the unpromised call. Aren't you glad we don't really discuss promises in class?
Come on, they look fun.
You just need to be made aware of when when code actually finishes.
Asynchronous distributed computing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
EXEC promise with child. Yeah. Promisify.
We have that set up.
I got that part set up, but it might. Yeah. There's a child process from it, I believe is the issue. So, someone has to have suggested this way of doing things. No. Promisify child process. I'm not getting a whole other stupid library. It's built in. I want this exact code. Use this exact code. This is where I go a little bonkers. I just want you to give me code that I should expect from this. Sure, I'll just send that. Tell me about it. Yep. That's what I want.
It's similar to exec.
Could you ask where it got it from? See if you could go to that website.
I didn't. Oh, why do I want to go to that website?
Oh, I just curious if there was more information on that.
It's clearly Stack Overflow.
Or public GitHubs.
Probably.
Why is... I mean, that's not terribly different. It's like I gotta output what this is. Yeah. Execute my thing. I did the other stuff the exact same way. It should have something on output. I don't know why that's not resolving the promise.
Is that something? Standard.
I don't know if it's because I didn't delete the thing before
That might be it. Yeah.
that it moved forward. Yeah, it still shouldn't take that long, so it's clearly still being goofy. Like, it probably did the recipe. Yeah, it's did the stupid recipe.
So it's doing it. But
It's
not
doing it, but it's like not.
progress.
Yeah, it's like not.
It's not canceling out. Yeah.
It's not telling me. Like, I wonder if it's because I have to call it like that instead of. That would be very weird to me, but I only have one other exec. So I don't think that's it. Oh, stop. You're fine. You're fine. You'll be fine. In fact, I'll make you even worse. I'll just make you both let. You know, you get mad about that too. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh my god.
And now it's working.
There we go.
Workarounds.
I don't feel like dealing with scoping right now. I'm gonna get rid of my site if I didn't already. I already did. Okay. Let's want to get rid of temporary recipe. That shouldn't get written there. Vercel dev. Again, I think it'll brick on the promising statement. No, it moved forward that time.
Oh.
Yes. All right.
So I don't need to explicitly call for the outputs.
You have to ask for the output. Now, I don't have to console log the outputs,
Yeah.
but I think that part of the issue was that I was passing a method for if it errored. It probably was. It probably needed something like as a positive response or something.
Yeah.
So, all right, I don't need to log these. I don't give a crap about that. I don't need to console log those because they work. That is a JSON file. I don't want to read it as UTF-8. JSON.parse. So I'm going to parse the data. Let's see if I don't actually need to do that. If it was literally the fact that that becomes for my own learning. Yep, it was literally just the error part. All right.
Sweet.
So it made a site. It has 7 pages in it, and it sent it back to me. Now, there's a way that I can get the site to return to me the data that I wanted. Website help. No, not scraping. Hide in menu. Format. To file. Yes, let's see. Maybe site items format JSON to file temp.json tmp.json. And that is the format that needs to return because this command also includes the content of the files. So You and your interesting sound effects, sir. So,
Things entertaining.
all right. The worst part will be if all of this works on my computer, but then I push up the endpoints and they don't accept this command. That would make me very sad. Okay, so I don't need to load the site. What I need to load is site items, and we need it to be in format JSON. Okay, and we need it to go to file, and then we have to do, because it makes me happy, and then the root is on there. Okay. And then that part's dumb. I'm gonna have to read that file and then. Good thing it wrote all that for me. Thank you. And then I need item const items file to be anything. I don't really care what it is. There we go. I love it. Even made it the right look. It made it the right path. It's awesome. All right. So let's see about that one. All right, and then give me just the thing I wanted. Oh, so sad.
So sad. Unterminated.
I didn't put a quote on that one thing. Right there. Bam. All right, so that will then make the site run the commands, return the result. That meets the requirements in question. All right, so I'm going to get rid of my site. And then I just want to make an issue for this. See, here's the other issue with the issue queue is that sometimes one just like makes up an idea out of no. Oh wait, there it is. Endpoint for recipes. Oh no, that's for something else. But it has implications for this actually. So
Related issues.
related issues. New issue. Endpoint for recipes. Report issue. Endpoint to convert recipe to site items. Oh my god, type. Oh my gosh, because then I can actually just pass it to that. Oh, that makes my life so much easier for the work the girls are doing.
Are they continuing on the dashboard?
They're doing the dashboard. But the dashboard is visualizing recipes. So if those recipes are on the file system, they can stay in that pure state. But the endpoint can do all the hard work.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey thing, because I already have all this code written that can take the items and then build them based on the content being there. I didn't want to have to teach the whole back end how to run CLI commands.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, but yeah, it would be annoying. API open remix, sure, yeah. It's definitely tooling based, and it's a microservice. Yeah, we love all of those things. Need to take a recipe and convert it to output. Recipe. Turn just the items plus content. assigned me. Bam. Okay, close that one. Now, stop that running. We need to commit message. And then we need to push and pray. And let's see.
Dominus Patris.
I don't know if that'll work. I really don't know if that'll work when in a
Sanctificator.
in a lambda context.
Ave Maria.
But we'll see in.
Dominus tecum.
We'll at least see.
Benedictus.
We'll see in a minute.
Benedictus.
It's very
Ventris Tulis.
impressive.
What are you using dark magic to will this in?
We learned Latin prayers in
Oh.
high school.
There you go. Well, as long as they help this code build. Come on, you building. Show me build log. Sure.
Dominus Patris.
Duration 47. What?
I forget how
It's
to say
47 seconds. No, 54 seconds ago. Still
Sounds
building.
like a-
See, it's got a lot more
Spiritual.
dependencies
Sounds like
this time. So then whatever this will end up, I should be able to point to the recipe,
HAX.
except then it'll be open-apis.hax.cloud when it's all done. If it does something,
Is it on building?
it's still built. I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Function has crashed. All right, so hence the building doesn't necessarily mean anything. Logs. HAX command not found.
Should install it.
Yeah, it would install it. I did have to do something weird with certain other commands at the same time. It's in .bin of node modules. HAX is in there. I wonder if I'm able to do something like if I did that.
That works.
I mean, I don't know if that would. I don't know if that'll do anything, but
Try it.
there might be. I swear, there's a way that you can like actually get into the deployment. No. This has a standard CPU. Cool. I don't know what that does for me. Source, maybe that was it. Output. Yeah, see, it doesn't show you. I mean, like, clearly there's going to be node modules on the server or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just showing me that it, it exists at all. But,
I guess because it's hidden, usually. .node modules. But then it's shown to get ignore. So.
yeah, it's shown. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that. I mean, programs not in exec, but no modules install. Install command not recognized. No, I'm not right clicking no paths. Add it to your path. Make a prefix. No. I would love to know why I shouldn't just point to that. I should be able to just point to it, I think. But or if there's a way to. It's like I had to do something with another CLI that ran commands that had commands. I mean, I don't know that this will.
You can try it.
Yeah, like I don't know that that won't work. I mean, it would be process config or current working directory. I think now. Well, maybe it would be. I don't know what the current working directory will be in that context. Is the issue. Because like magically it will know where this other stuff is. So I don't vercel path to load modules directory. Not helpful. There are no modules available to serverless functions. That works as expected. Can I use files in vercel functions? Files including modules. Use a stack. Reading files. Okay. Include. Working. I really don't think that would work. But, I mean, these would be these annoying things that, like, I would love to be able to test effectively, but it's like a perfect example of, like, I can't actually test it without the real infrastructure. Like, I can run it here, and it probably will work here with those paths, but there's nothing. That doesn't mean anything for when it's actually up there. It doesn't mean anything for when it's actually up there.
I think that makes sense, yeah, because we're installing the package JSON just to the local project rather than to the global CLI.
Yeah, it's not gonna source those commands, but they should still show up there. I am putting it in as a dependency of the project now. I mean, it might have some level of like tree shaking where it gets rid of things it doesn't detect are used, which was part of my concern, was that we may need to, much like the Node.js for, that's the one that I probably wanted to go see. The package JSON file of like the Node.js version. Yeah, like this. No, this generates bin references so that you can call like Node.js CLI. See, I might need something like that. Like, technically, this command can run the CLI, but it's the CLI-based version of this. It's not the CLI. To make things even more complicated. Whereas I don't think this has. See, this then has.
It's like the CMS
this
CLI versus the management one. Right?
Yeah, and I don't think do I call to things this way? Like, there has to be some reason why I would call the things that way. Unless I just npx it still. I feel like I still npx it in this stupid thing. Yeah, like the command I still run is to just npx this. I don't know if I can npx that command. NPX is definitely cheating. There's no way that's going to work. Yeah. There's no possible way. There's no possible way it's going to let me access that path. I'm not. Yeah, just say HAX command not found. Wait, is that from right now? No, that's from 45. That's not from right now. So what it? So give me what the logs. Hello. There we go.
No search file or directory.
Yeah.
So it's in var task.
Yeah, I don't. That's the issue. Like, I don't know. I don't know where the stuff is in that. Like, in the container.
Where the home is,
yeah. Yeah. And if you don't know where those files are.
Have an ls endpoint.
Could it just not be local? Could it not be on it or have been pushed to it?
No, you don't push them up. Like, it gets built on the fly.
Oh.
Much like when you do npm install on the front end.
It's not the code it's not detecting, it's the npm package.
Oh.
Yeah.
Open in observability. I don't know what the hell that means. Sure. There's so many tools that I don't know how to use in this. Firewall response finished. 20.
An endpoint that's just there to do LSA.
Oh.
Yeah, list all the files. An endpoint that just lists all the files. No, runtime logs, build time. Where was that thing? It was source, yeah. Open and monitoring. I mean, it's nice that it traces all of these things, but it still doesn't tell me, like, they have to be there somewhere. Well,
ChatGPT scan the file system.
Would be installed relative.
So it is installed, yeah.
Well,
is there a way to view it, like hidden files, or is it already installed?
It's like it's a box out there in ether. So, like, well, it's not even a box. It literally invokes. When I run this, it spins up and then dies. So, like, yeah, I'm looking for almost something like that. Like, you're not really supposed to point to those sorts of things because you can't trust what the environment is. Like, issue with node modules at some level is it's just like, and they're there. Because, like, clearly the modules are there. Other endpoints have node modules that are referenced in the code. So it's there somewhere. If a page... Bundle the files in a smart way that, yeah, see, that's the... I love when you bundle things in a smart way, but then I don't know how they work. This is just publish it. It's fine. You don't need to know where things live. Which is true. You usually don't need to know where these sorts of things live, but
Except when you do.
except when you do. Which would get to my other, well, not concern, but like concern in the way that this would need to be written then, is that I would need to like pull in create directly. Like create is not written with the idea of other things pulling it in. Like it's not export. I mean, it's got a main, it's just this main thing runs. So like unless there was a way to run, like it processes these programs via commander, like parses that, right? So like unless you faked the arguments going into it. I mean, because it has its own little exe crap. I mean, these things run other programs. What if I did that? What if I, let's see. So if I had a script that was like, and then, okay, so what if I did ruin? Script HAX.
And if we change that to
Yeah. Like I feel like I did this in something else and it was able to make the association. Because I have done this sort of a thing before. And I don't recall, like there was a reason why. I wasn't just doing it for funsies. Let's see if that helps it at all. So the other nice thing is because you're working in these files, like all of our other endpoints and open infrastructure are out there. I don't have any concern that any of them are bricked right now.
yeah.
Like even pushing this out, like this is live updating our production open infrastructure. Also, the open infrastructure doesn't have anything to do with like people accessing different pages.
What is compute?
What is compute? Runtime, node.
Advanced Node.js config, I don't know.
Might be. Oh gosh, no, I'm not rewriting the way that stuff works. It's just gonna do it's gonna do it, so I don't know what that is. Ha, someone called something. See, it's a perfect example. There was a legitimate hit for something from the actual usage of the service or system.
There we go. Is there a node command to like print the node modules location?
Like where the current node module's
Yeah.
location is.
Yeah, and then we could like find that and then hardwire it into the commands for exec.
That's a thought. Yeah, I don't know if it would know. It'd be like the. I would need to know the path to. I thought it would be there. Just create J. Like it's basically the path to that. Like gets executed as if it's a command, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, 10%.
Yeah, it doesn't really lose power when I put it in system.
So that's weird.
Wait, why does it look laggier again?
Because
Oh.
it's on low power mode.
Oh, it's on low power. Never mind, that's why.
A project.
Oh, yes, ChatGPT.
Require.resolve. No, I can't use requires. Import.meta.resolve. Never heard of that. Sure, let's see what that does. In vercel by itself. Not what I wanted. That.
There is a command for that. npm root.
npm root.
It lists the local project's node modules path.
It lists the what?
The path to the local project's node modules folder. So we could use that to find the path on vercel.
Let me see if this one worked, because this also gave me a path to a file, because I was able to just run that file.
Okay.
Which import meta resolve at least does. So, let's see. We can console log it as well, because although I don't know that that'll. I don't know if that'll log in the output, but let's do.
366.
All right, let's see.
Fun. Yeah, my class before this got canceled.
All right. Let's see if that works on the local before I bother going up to the real deal. And then if this doesn't work, then we'll go with the method that you said. Oh, nope, that just failed locally. What the hell? What? What do you mean not found? What? Create not found. Command. I don't know what that is. All right. You said npm root. This one.
So yeah, it's just npm space root to run the command. We wouldn't use global because I don't think.
No, I'm just copying because I'm lazy. Stop. But you're saying I have to run that.
Yeah, so I guess we could run that and output the result to a file.
Well, I'll put the result to a variable.
Or I mean a variable, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like
You're saying just do that.
root.
Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying as far as file. Yeah, there's a way to.
Yeah. And then I don't think we need the parentheses $sign either.
If it'll let me run npm.
True.
given what it's been complaining about. I think that's what it was. Something like that. Log. Cut from there. Go over to here. Paste it in there. Okay. See what those are, and then we'll just say that cons tax program equals HAX for the moment, so that this at least doesn't bomb locally, and then undefined, really?
Oh, but did give the node modules path. I think standard in was undefined and standard out was the path.
Let's see. So that would be the path to the modules. And then that's not what it is, but dot bin slash HAX would be the program theoretically.
I hope we can access
Trim. Yeah, it would be nice.
Yay.
Oh, did I actually? Oh, I did actually path it out correctly from there. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, let's
Give it a shot.
see if that does it. Whoops. Run terminal window.
Copy files.
Yeah. Right. I mean it. And then build my robot. Building. How do I use private dependencies? Yeah, let's. We gotta get the packages that way.
Did it still crash?
No, it's still building.
Okay. I'm coming.
I mean, if it gave you any details as to what it was doing, would be nice, but it links the dependency. Like, that's what makes me think it should be there.
Yeah.
As far as the command, is that there are calls.
Okay, it's deployed.
Deployed. Fail.
Let's see what the error is this
I
time.
told you. Takes a second for the logs to register. There we go. Module not found. Cannot find package HAX create. Yeah. But that means it probably actually got a hit. So let's see if for literally no reason we just reference the code. We don't use it. Oh, wait, actually, that might be this thing complaining.
Well,
But we should also reference it
yeah.
because their bundling script claims superior intelligence. So let's just do that, which should find something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you not letting me click?
Is it a backslash?
No. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not letting it. Let me make sure this works locally. That's what it is. So, like, oh my god.
What crashed? Imported from
Cannot find package.
index.js.
Node modules. Add HAX web. Create. Does something say that there's an index? There must be something that says there's an index. I think I know what that is, which is fun. Create. That would be in the package, but not in that package. It would be in this. That would be something that says index. No, there's nothing that says index, which means there's no entryway. Oh my god. If there's no entryway, it will default to that, but it's actually dist/create.js. That file does exist. Why you didn't tell me that is very frustrating. Autocomplete. Recipe to site failed with exit code 1. Huh? Bad gateway, no response.
Let's even less info.
Yeah, and let me do something much worse. If I just don't reference that, do you now respond correctly? Of course you will. Now you will respond correctly.
Yeah.
Like referencing the file all right, how do I reference something in there? What the hell is docs? Oh man, give me a minute. Yeah, like where are the other commands? Like there's no way to just reference this file without it actually running anything. It's a dynamic import. Oh, we are getting way down the well. See, this is where, like, I'm making the case against abstraction. Like, my usage of abstraction.
It doesn't even say.
The act of referencing this file is bricking the usage of the thing. It's not doing anything by referencing this file. So,
Should we see if it's less angry with the other import removed?
what import
Like
removed?
on vercel, there was the other method you tried before npm root. Should we see if that was why it crashed? Like when you were referencing like file : //
Oh, it was just saying that didn't exist.
Okay.
So
it's just still can't reference.
it's your thing is finding something. Like, it's saying it can't find this file. So it's finding a path to attempt to do this. Like, previously it wasn't doing that. So if it's claiming that there's no file there, it's because it didn't bundle it up. So why I can't import the file but not do anything with it is a little bizarre. Let's see if I can cheat. Nope. It's not hard. Oh, no, convention doesn't work here.
Oh wait, that's the online version, not the local.
Yep, it's outputting the commands as if not enough arguments were passed to it. So I'm not entirely sure what to do about that guy. Like, it won't let me reference them that way. I don't know if I can't do, this is to bin HAX, but you had npm root, like npm run HAX.
Is there something wrong with the file itself?
The file? What file?
Oh, I just mean the file you're importing.
Oh yeah, it's complaining that the file I'm importing runs a program automatically. It won't just let me import the file. It's like executing the program as the act of running the file, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta get headed to work.
I also might have to head out because, yeah.
Well, I asked you how long you had.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go seconds and sometimes hours. Yeah, it's just.
It's nice working through it though.
Is
At least we have a fun local host.
that is so not comforting, but yes. Let's see.
That's the easy part.
I don't know why it won't let me
and
pipe.
Vercel is the hard part.
It's not supposed to be that way, but yes, it sure seems that way.
Yeah,
If I could just fake a different command for it to run. Oh,
Yeah,
let's
this
see
is
if that
harder than
works.
It should be.
This part, yeah. This part is very, I mean, you're at like edges of rarity here.
The golden unicorn rarity.
I think this is just not typical. I'm also desperately trying to do it this way without refactoring other crap. So, all right, that way. So before I mapped HAX to HAX, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a global command. But it does mean I should be able to run npm run HAX because I added it to the script.
Yeah.
So if you run an npm command and you do 2 dashes with no input and then pass everything in, it's still counted as arguments to the original program. So I don't know if this will allow it to run because the npm root command ran, so it can run npm. So see if it allows it to run the npm command for HAX. And then pipe it into the other one.